my peeps. My peeps, you and me. 1, 2, 3, my peeps. My peeps, 1, 2, 3, you and me. My peeps.
Hi, everybody. I'm Anthony, and welcome to the My Peep Show podcast. I am here today with a good friend of mine, Stephen James. Stephen, how you doing?
Doing well, man. How are you?
I am doing very awesome. So, Stephen and I met. My wife is a coworker of yours, and so we met that way. And so we were just talking about this before we even get started. Since day one, since I've seen Steven, I'm going to go ahead and embarrass him a little bit. Since day one that I've seen Steven, I'm a huge Black Keys fan. I'm sure I've said that before in the past with the podcast. But I'm a huge Black Keys fan. And so day one that I met Steven, I was like, this dude looks just like Dan Auerbach, lead singer and guitarist of Black Keys. So, and he was like, oh, I'm a big fan. And he never seen Dan. And even Steven has to admit.
I feel so bad about that.
No, it's okay.
That I've never seen them, but I dig their sound, but I've never put a face with it.
That's okay. I mean, not a lot of
Not
people
with
go.
the internet in your hand.
I'm much more weird where I go, I like that song. I wonder what they look like. That's more weird on my side of it. So actually, you're more normal knowing that you were like, I don't really care what they look like. I dig their sound. I was like, I wonder what they look like. And so, but no, I was like, Steven, you look it's crazy that you're a musician and, an awesome guitar player. I've heard some Steven songs. He's really good. And the fact that you're a musician and you look like somebody who is one of my favorite musicians is mind blowing to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm interviewing also Dan. So,
Cool.
It's a combo here.
I can go with that. That sounds awesome.
No, I'm kidding. No, we're here to talk about Steven, and I'm very thankful that he took the opportunity to come by the podcast and do this.
It's a privilege to be here. This is awesome.
Oh, no, it's not. This is going to be the lowest point of your music career right here. Everything from here on out is nothing but up for you, Steven. So that's the point of this podcast. You start at the bottom as an artist with this podcast, and then you go nothing but up from here. So, but no, man. So Stephen James, I have to ask you, were you born here in Tennessee?
No, actually, I was born in and around Largo, Florida.
Okay.
And then
I was born in Pensacola, Florida.
Oh, well, hello.
Florida, represent.
But I didn't stick around long, maybe 3, and then we moved up to Michigan, and I was raised in Detroit area.
Oh, wow. How long were you in Michigan?
Till freshman year.
Wow.
Yeah.
So is it as bad? You hear schools are horrible. Is it bad in Michigan? I mean,
well,
is it kind of like Tennessee?
No, school systems are great, and the education is great, but the outside of that is, you can't find a job for anything, and it's everyone's kind of hateful.
Yeah.
But you come down to Tennessee, and you got hospitality all
Right.
over the place, and jobs galore. So.
It's mind blowing because when Nicole and I went Nicole's my wife's from New Jersey. And so last year we went to visit her family, and so it's amazing because Southern hospitality, you mentioned that it's crazy because we pull into a gas station and there's people just sitting at the gas pumps, and I was like, why are they just sitting here? I asked Nicole, I was like, why are they just sitting here? Get out and pump your gas. And she's like, oh yeah, here they have attendants that do that. I'm like, just get out and pump your gas. How lazy is
They still
that?
have tenants?
Yes, you do not get out of your car and pump your own gas. Other people do it for you.
That'd be great, actually.
It's weird to me, man. It's very psychologically weird that I wait for this person, this butler. Yes, $20 unleaded, good sir. It's like, no.
Let me tell you my pet peeve about gas pumps real quick.
Okay.
We go up there. Yeah, I'd almost rather deal with the tenant. Because now I go, okay, especially midwinter, you're freezing, you're out there, you're about to pump your gas. You
Sure.
slide your card in. Yes, I'm ready to pump gas. Would you like a car wash? No, I would not like a car wash.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Would you like a receipt? No, I don't want a receipt. Okay.
That's true.
Now you're ready to pump
That's
gas.
true, but I don't have this guilt trip about
Oh.
like should I give this gas pump $1 because it gave me gas? No, like if a dude pumps it, I'm like, man, he's standing out
obligated for
there.
the tip.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
man, this poor guy's out here in the way. And then so
Anyway.
the psychology of pump. See, I told you, Steven, this is going to be the lowest point of your musical career. Okay, so all right, you were born in Florida.
Yeah.
Have you been back a lot to Florida since?
No.
Yeah. I've done a couple. Family vacations and stuff. I was a Navy baby, so
Oh, cool.
that's why I was born in Pensacola. So it's not like I was there for 20 years or anything. I was there a year, and parents divorced, and so my mother's from Tennessee. Excuse me. And so that's how I ended up here in Tennessee. And we were talking about I got off that a little bit, but Southern hospitality. But it's funny because like when you hold the doors open for people as well, they're like, "What are you fixing to jump me or something?" You're like,
Right.
"No,
Yeah.
I'm just being nice."
Yeah, exactly.
What is this thing
People
you speak of
scold
nice?
you, yeah.
I know. Okay, so Tennessee. When did you end up in Tennessee?
So I came here freshman year. Mama decided to move us down here. I went through school in Cookeville, Tennessee. Then I went even further south into Spencer. Went through the rest of my high school career there, which was kind of like night and day compared to where I came from in Michigan.
Yeah, because Spencer's really small, right?
It was a struggle to get through school there. I might as well have been the black sheep.
Yeah.
But
especially like if you're not a local, the thing about that, and I'm not disrespecting Spencer or anything, but
Right.
like it's a small community.
Yeah.
And if if you come out of nowhere, especially in high school, you're like, oh great.
I
who's
love
this
the
guy?
district and I love the people there. School wasn't cool with me there. But
Yeah.
as soon as I got out and I had the opportunity, I went back down to Cookeville. Cookeville's just right. It's a thriving town. It's just big enough. It's not too big. And you start getting your music out there, it circulates quick. Everybody knows. Everybody knows your business. You got to show over here. Everybody who's in the music scene is going to be there. So it's not like that up in Spencer. They don't have a music scene.
No, I understand. Okay, so let me ask you. Let's go back a little bit to the school thing.
Yeah.
How were you in school? Were you, this is something I always like. I'm always intrigued by people because the different walks of life of people that I have on here, I'm always interested to know how were you as a kid, like especially people that are artists. It's surprising that
I was
a lot
a
of
terrible child.
Were you really?
No, I was a sweetheart.
Were you quiet? Were you social?
I was very social,
Uh-huh.
but I didn't really click with groups.
Uh-huh.
I had a couple cool friends and everything. That was it.
Yeah.
I didn't really care to go with where everybody else was going after school. I just wanted to go and play some Nintendo with some friends.
Yeah. So like on weekends, you weren't hanging with your boys riding around on the strip or anything. Like it was like, hey, let's play some Nintendo or something,
Exactly.
or Sega or whatever. See, it's Nintendo for me because I'll be 40 this year.
Nintendo for me.
Okay, cool. All right, good. So we can relate. All right. So let me ask you a question. When did music come into play? Were you in band in school or something? Is there?
What I believe, and I've went back on this many times. Where did all this influence come from? Because I am an alternative kind of kid,
Yeah.
and I never really got into country, though I dig it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it comes from Sponge originally, this band Sponge,
Yeah.
a 90s alternative
Mhm.
band. My mom was good friends with the lead singer in school.
No kidding.
Once he got popular, his kid was the same age and has the same name as me. And once he started doing shows around Detroit, we would hop on this 57 Chevy he had and ride to every freaking show. And I got to be backstage on the Detroit River and all the hottest points in Detroit and like see all the magazine people taking pictures and just be a part of that.
Wow.
I'm like, I'm going to be a rock star when I grow up. So I started on the drums. For some reason, I have rhythm on guitar, but I can't keep rhythm behind a set. My son can, but I can't.
Yeah.
So it's not there for me. I don't want to be behind the drum set. I want to be out in front. That's the kind of kid I was. I dabbled with a keyboard. I would just sit in my room and try to see what sounded right.
Mm-hmm.
It came natural to me. I can't read music, but I can play it by ear because I hear what's on the radio. So I started going with vibes like that.
So did you self-teach? I mean, like, were you like...
Pretty much.
Wow.
I just see what sounded good, played along with the neck of the guitar and seeing what went where. you
Wow.
know, and just went from there.
See, it's crazy. I know I've said this a couple of times before, but like it's always mind blowing to me. You know Steve Martin, the
Mhm.
comedian.
Oh, yeah.
Like he's a big banjo player and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I've heard about that. And I
Oh,
couldn't
he's
believe
won
it when I heard
Grammys.
about
He's
that.
won Grammys, dude. And
It's
so,
nuts.
but he said
Hugh
in his.
Laurie as well.
Oh, really? I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
He's got a band, a jazz band he tours with.
Oh wow, okay. See, I didn't know that. Did not know that. But like Steve said in his autobiography that as a kid he would get the banjo and he would listen to records and like find the key and then go back and then go back and that's
Similar to what I
so
did.
talent. That's an amazing talent. That's so cool that you self-taught because I've tried to learn how to play. Nicole and I a couple years ago we got each other a guitar, which you can see it over there. It's amazing at collecting dust.
It's pretty.
It's the most amazing thing. I mean, the dust it collects is so awesome. You really won't find a better item that collects dust than that guitar. And it's so funny because when people come in, they go, "Oh man, I didn't know you play guitar." You're like, "No, I don't. Don't worry. You don't have to worry. I don't play guitar." Because we tried so hard to learn how to play. But I've always felt like with guitar playing, you have to have a certain bit of ambidextrousness to you. Like I've felt there has to be right and left hand. Like you have to know. And I'm just a pure right hand person.
That's funny you mention that because I have a different rhythm with my right hand than I do with my left.
Really?
So like if you go back and you listen
Are you
to,
naturally right-handed or left-handed?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So like if you go back and you listen to stuff earlier to now, it all has a very similar rhythmic pattern. That's my sound. I've figured it out.
Yeah.
But it's the only rhythm I really have. You know, like Johnny Cash had his rhythm. It sounded like a train running down.
Yeah.
The road. But me, it's different. I have a weird rhythm with my right and a weird rhythm with my left, and that's just the way it works.
Wow, that's pretty crazy, man. So like Nicole and I were trying to learn how to play guitar, and so we would watch YouTube videos, which it's such an amazing thing to have if you want to learn how to play music. It's so amazing just that you can go on YouTube and go, okay, basics of
It's
guitar
wonderful
playing.
to have
Oh
something
yeah,
that-
yeah, absolutely. But it also makes you appreciate the people that's been doing it before YouTube. Like these people had to put in a different kind of work ethic to learn how to play, guitar or drums, whatever it is. And so, anyways, I am a big I like alternative as well. And so I wanted to learn. I think one of the coolest songs ever is Seven Nation Army by the White Stripes. So I was like, I gotta learn how. And so I was getting the hang of it. But then when it starts getting past all the cool parts, in my opinion, like the regular guitar parts, I'm like, I'm kind of like, okay, let's go to Metallica, something else.
Something more.
Yeah,
hardcore.
yeah, yeah.
Well,
So
the Seven Nation Army is a really fun song to do. You know, I've been in and out of bands in the area, and Seven Nation Army's always been one to cover because everyone knows it.
Yeah.
It's just when you hear those first notes,
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Everybody knows it.
Yeah.
You know.
Have you ever played it? Have you tried?
Yeah. We played it. I'd have to dabble with it again to learn it again. But it's been.
Have you ever seen the video? Because I'm a big video nut.
Trippy, man.
Oh, I know,
Trippy.
I know, and it stinks because I told you I was a big Black Keys fan, but also I'm a big Jack White fan, and I know that they've kind of had issues.
You know what's
with each
funny
other.
about Jack White is,
Do you like Jack White?
I think he's interesting.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's a good word.
I have two things about Jack White. One time we did a show down in Nashville.
Uh-huh.
Had a few drinks after the show, and we were just roaming the streets, checking out the sights.
And by the way, set this up. Jack has his third Man Studios.
Yep.
In Nashville
Jack's
as well.
all about Nashville.
Yeah.
But,
He's left Michigan alone. Well, I shouldn't say that because he still loves Michigan, but Nashville's his baby now with the records
he
and
can pop
vinyl.
in at the Ryman and play anytime now,
Yeah.
practically.
Yeah, check it out. See on the back of my computer, I got the Third Man Records.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we went down there one time. So because like I said, I'm a Jack. Okay, so
But anyway,
you're in Nashville.
Yeah, we're roaming the streets, and I'm crossing over, I think, Second, and I'm looking down on the ground. We're talking. I'm amongst like maybe 5-6 people, and boom, this guy shoulder thugs me and nearly knocks my butt out into the road.
No.
And I turn around, I'm like, hey, man, what the heck? What's going on with you? And he turns around, he's got this big cowboy hat on, trench coat, and this is at night, like very intimidating, and he's tall.
Yeah,
too.
he's a really big guy.
Yeah, so he looks down at me and just scolds me. He doesn't say a word and just turns right back around and keeps walking. And my buddy's like, "Don't you know who that is?" And at the time, I'm like, "No, who was
Yeah, a
that?"
jerk. That's who it is.
Dude, that's Jack White. I'm like, "So, who's Jack White?" And he's like, "The White Stripes." Is like, he needs to watch where he's going. At the time, I'm like, "I don't care who he is." Then I'll reflect back. I'm like, "I wonder if that guy remembers me." But that also, and he interviewed with Dan Rather. And I think Dan Rather's interviews are so deep and awesome. And I think he's the only one who literally sat there and played a guitar the whole interview. Even while he's talking to Dan Rather, he's just picking, and he'll set it down for a minute or two. But he grabbed the guitar back and just started playing. Dan Rather didn't skip a beat. He didn't care,
Wow.
But that's the only interview I ever seen. He can't let go of the guitar.
Yeah, he's an intriguing person. I've also, because I don't want to turn this into the Jack White hate show, because like I had a friend of mine who's also from Michigan, who had not a similar experience, but he grew up around the area, I believe, and he was a musician as well, and so him and some buddies were there playing some pool one night, and this, and so he had mentioned that basically Jack come in and there were some issues, and I guess he had a little bit of an attitude about it, and so
I've heard Jack is cocky too.
Yeah,
but you can be if you are.
Let me ask you something though. When you get to that level of fame, do you realize that you're that cocky, or does it turn you into that cockiness? What do you think?
I haven't been there, man. I don't know.
but there's got to be. I don't think everybody that's famous and making a lot of money
Dude, there
is just.
There are so many humble, famous people.
Yeah.
But,
I guess we just hear so much more of the ones that are jerks because it's more, wow.
Of course.
Cool.
But I think, like, if I were ever to get that level, I'd use my 15 minutes of fame for the good.
Yeah.
I'd start a charity or two. I'd only talk about the good things. No one wants to reflect on the bad.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I would use my fame for, is to change the world for a better place, not to talk about what's already happened or what's bad.
Yeah, no, that's good. You are being held to that, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this is on this podcast. 10 years from now, Stephen James, if you're bringing down billions of dollars with your CDs and such, and just buying, you've got like 42 Corvettes, and the one charity's the Stephen James Foundation, where you contribute to his rent or to his house payment. Right. Yeah. I am calling you out on this, but no. Okay, so you get into music and stuff. When did you go? Oh, I tell you what. Let me not go that way, because I'm always intrigued by this, because I have a couple friends of mine, the musicians, and some of them I've even had on here. Which part of the process do you like better? Do you like the songwriting? Do you like the playing the music? Do you like the singing? Or is it kind of a combination of all of them? Because I've had some friends that say, no, I like the songwriting, that have told me that. And
I like all of it as one entirety, because once you make a song, it's like you've crafted something new. Mm-hmm. I love the outcome of it. However, I think what I really enjoy the most is melody. Mm-hmm. You start playing something on the guitar, and that's along with the songwriting process, is you start playing something. It could be anything, a song that you've just tuned your guitar with, and one day it strikes you with a mood. That kind of makes me feel sad, or that makes me feel like totally stoked. Mm-hmm. And then you're like, that makes me want to write. So it's more of the melody than anything that will hit you, like hearing a song on the radio. Yeah. You hear a song on the radio, it makes you feel a certain way. So I think that's where it starts. I think that's what I like best, is melody.
Well, who were some of your, like, growing up? Because I'm sure it's different maybe now, maybe not. I don't know. But like growing up, who were musicians that were some of your influences musically?
Let's see. It was to believe it or not, when I lived in Michigan and I was young, really young, country was my, Garth Brooks, Tim McGraw, and all the sad songs they wrote. And I loved that and how it made people feel, and I seen that reaction. So I thought, the first song I'm ever going to write is going to be a tearjerker, and I don't think it was, but anyhow, it was influences like that, and then once.
Do you like song with messages, like, or heart behind it and stuff?
If you put out a song and it doesn't have a message, then you haven't, done anything. Yeah. In my opinion.
Yeah, that's true.
You could fool around and make funny songs, which is cool, but I like any song I've ever written has always been true
Mm-hmm.
I haven't wrote any song that's ever been false. It's always been something about me or someone close to me or something that I've heard happen in the news.
Mm-hmm.
I've never wrote anything false. So I think going along that lines, the inspirations I have were the people who wrote the deepest songs. You know,
Yeah.
like when I was Aiden's age, for example,
Mm-hmm.
it was Garth Brooks, Tim McGraw, and all that. And then when I started getting into rock, it had to be like AC/DC,
Mm-hmm.
and ZZ Top was the fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
AC/DC, that was the party songs. But then you started getting into like Bare Naked Ladies, for example. The Stunt album, I listened to that probably enough to disintegrate the CD.
Mm.
You know, the songwriting that went into that, and then like Blues Traveler and stuff like that, the music behind it, and Dave Matthews,
Mm-hmm.
you know, those guys were like writing the right songs of the
Mm-hmm.
time and putting their all into it, and that the whole band was in it, and you can tell in the music videos they were making, they were having fun with it,
Yeah.
and they were actually still getting a message across.
Mm-hmm.
The early 90s was where it was at. Lit, My Own Worst Enemy, you know,
Mhm.
stuff like that. That was the stuff that inspired me to start writing the things I was writing, because it was fun energy, and it still told you a story.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. When it comes to, because you would you label yourself alternative, correct?
Alternative, yeah.
All right, okay. So who were some of your favorite '90s alternative? Because that's the beginning of it, right
Yeah.
there.
Well, like I said, Lit would
Yeah.
be one of them.
Because see me, like I think alternative because maybe I see it from because I'm not a musician.
Third Eye Blind.
See, that's weird because like maybe I'm thinking more grunge then. So like because I like Stone Temple Pilots, I always seen them as alternative.
311.
Right? Yeah, 311 as well. What did they sing? Down? Didn't they have that Down song?
Yeah,
right?
see, that's crazy because Down was a hardcore song,
Mm-hmm.
but then you had
That was the song that was
Amber,
pushed.
which
See,
was like
no ideal.
you wanted to be on a friggin' beach next to palm trees and just be cool with the world kind of song.
Yeah.
But then you had Down, which was like hardcore.
Yeah.
Of its era.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. Like it
Did
was,
you like Stone Temple Pilots?
was-
Soundgarden?
Dude, it was all the '90s bands.
Yeah.
That because I'm a '90s kid, but you don't find music like that now.
Mm-hmm.
They don't write it like that, and the radio waves don't play that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, that's true.
So-
Nicole and I got to see. Nicole's a huge Collective Soul fan. She's seen them like 5 times.
Dude,
So
their sound is amazing.
oh, so I got a cool story for you. I'm sure I've told it like tons of times, and on the podcast, I'm not sure, but I'm gonna tell you. And it was so cool. We got the opportunity to see them. I got to see them at the Marathon Music, I guess, right?
in
and
Nashville.
in Nashville, right? And so an amazing show. And so afterwards, we're walking back to our vehicle, and so I like Fly the Conchords. I don't know if you've ever heard of Fly
I've
the
heard
Conchords.
of them, but
Yeah, they're
I've
more
never been
goofy
to
music, but it's great. They're actually really talented. They're really talented musicians.
them.
And so I had stayed over for like an hour and a half, a couple years before that, and got to meet them because if you wait, sometimes it pays off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so Nicole and I were walking back to the vehicle, and I noticed the band bus over there on the side of there in the parking lot, and I said, you know what, and we seen 3 people kind of waiting, and there's these 2 ladies and then another lady who was in a wheelchair, and they were just kind of all the way across the parking lot from the bus, but I think they were just kind of hoping maybe they'll come over
Right.
there. So I was like, let's go over here and kind of stand with them. So we come over there and stand with them, and we kind of start talking and yada yada, and they're big fans as well. And so like one by one, here comes the band, and most all of them are like, hey, hey, wave, thanks for being here and stuff. But it was really cool. The
Thanks,
end,
I need a shower.
yeah,
Bye.
exactly. So at the end though, because we were thinking, okay, that's pretty much the band except for Ed. I think it's Ed Rollins, the lead singer of Collective. So here comes Ed out, and he kind of sees us and he waves, and because he's got his son, who's probably like 7, 8 years old, and he kind of waves and he looks down, and then he looks again. He's like, he walks all the way across the parking lot and starts talking to us, and he introduces us to his son, and he was
That's what brings them back down to earth.
yeah, man, and that's such a cool moment that we'll always have, and
That's
I'm
so cool.
yeah, it was really, it's surreal when you meet people that are famous or whatever,
Mhm.
because it's like it's just a dude that
He
pees
made
in
time for me.
It's a dude that pees in the toilet, man,
Yeah.
because he's a regular dude. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's just somebody who makes a lot more money than you do, but who's also very talented as well. And I love when I get the opportunity to meet people that are quote unquote celebrities, because it's really amazing. It's a great reminder that they're just regular people, you know. And so we've talked about some of your musical influences. When was the first time you ever performed live on stage?
In high school, like all the solos I did.
Would you do like talent shows or something?
The biggest first one I did was probably in junior high.
Oh wow!
I was in chorus, and of course, in Michigan, your schools are really, really big, and all the auditoriums are like stadiums.
Yeah.
And I performed for like 500, 600 people.
Wow.
And I had like a Christmas solo I did. And then another one was back in freshman year. I remember it was an America tribute, you know.
Wow.
And I sang "Proud to Be an American" by myself in front of another like 700 people.
Gulp.
Yeah. And you know, it was at that moment I realized I can handle people staring at me while I'm singing.
Yeah.
You just gotta kind of block it out, like wool over your eyes.
Yeah.
But then I was like, if I can handle that, it'd be cool to perform for a stadium.
Yeah.
You know? So then I'd start practicing in my room, and I'd use my futon as my stage and just start performing for nobody by acting like I was. And I think all that fake practice actually paid off, because when I do shows, you know, you bring yourself a little more professionally.
Did you ever look in the mirror and stuff? Because I did that, because I wanted to be a stand-up comedian.
Oh, yeah.
So in high school, I mean, a lot of people didn't know this about me, but I would practice sets in front of the mirror.
That's cool.
And I felt like I had a good imagination. So I would imagine, okay, small clubs, big clubs, and that's the way you
had a different persona for each one, right? Yep. I'm the same way.
It's so funny that I can totally relate to that.
But yeah, it was in high school where it all started kind of coming together, because then like I would perform homecoming or whatever, and then I was the guy that everyone knew. If there was anything musically being involved in the school, they would come to me and say, "Are you interested? Do you want to do this? Do you want to be a part of it?" Plays and everything like that, you know, singing or just performing. And we had a choir class that came and went. They couldn't, you know, fund it completely, so it wouldn't be there. And then, you know, for a few weeks it would be. Any chance I got back on board with it, and that's when I started dabbling with the keyboard. And I bring my keyboard every day to school just in hopes that there would be choir, so we could, you know, do a little something. And so it was then that I got, you know, most talented in, you know, the yearbook thing, you know. And I was like, man. Oh, cool! I got a label now. That's cool. So I went with it.
Nice, man. That's really awesome. So, all right, when you got, was the dream like, no, I want to make it big? Or was the dream like, no, I just want to play music? Or was it a little bit of both?
I wanted to make it big.
Yeah.
It's still the dream.
Yeah, obviously. I mean,
a lot of people are like, I don't want the fame. I just want the money.
Most people, like, I don't say everybody, because there's some people I believe that truly believe that. Right. But most people that say that, come on, there's a little bit of like, no.
It'd be great to have the money. Yeah. But
exactly.
I mean, like, our family, like, we have everything that we need. You know, we're a happy little family where we're at. You know, it'd be cool to have a nice SUV to roll around in. Yeah. But basically, I'm interested in the fame because I want to do something, you know, with it. You want to do something with it?
Yeah. No. That's cool. I totally understand that. You heard of my questions of torture and awesomeness?
I know on that, what was her name, the artist?
Joe Stroud.
Joe Stroud. I loved that interview, by the way.
Okay.
It was
yeah, she was awesome. I was horrible.
Yeah, she was very peppy with it, you know. She didn't know what to expect, did she?
I know. She had no idea. And she was so amazing about it.
The questionnaire you gave her, like the different random questions you threw at her, how's this make you feel, or what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Yeah.
So yeah,
because I'm going to bring that to you right now. I'm going to go ahead and do it. And so the questions of torture and awesomeness, because after we do this, because I want Steven to play a song or two if he can, and then, you know, again, thanks so much for doing this. So look, all right, so let's get ready. No looking over here.
Oh man.
There's
Oh,
no.
What
Let's
nobody knows is that my son's been chilling with me this whole interview, being very
see.
content.
He has
and
done
chill.
awesome. He has done awesome. So, you want to say hi?
Hi.
There you go. See, that was so simple. Anybody can do this. Even me, if I can do this, anybody can do this. All right. So these are going to be random questions. Let's see. How many tattoos?
One.
One. Yeah, I see
That's
the
one.
one. Okay, and that's on the right
I want more,
forearm.
believe me.
Is it addicting?
It's a guitar on my right forearm, and as soon as I got it, and everybody says you get the tattoo bug, yeah,
Is
I got
it? Is
I
it
definitely
any?
want more.
Okay. Okay. Favorite TV shows? Give me 3.
All right. Let's see. It's all the stuff that the kids watch. What? Oh, well, yeah, we just talked about it earlier.
Yeah.
Dual
there you-
Survival.
Dual
It's
Survival.
anything that's like reality, and I have to say, Fixer Upper is a very addictive show.
It
The
is.
couple on that
Yeah,
show
yeah,
is
yeah.
much like me
the
and
games,
my wife.
the
Yes.
games people. Yeah.
They're very cool. I love that show, and I have to say, what's that cartoon that Dylan always watches?
Oh no, he's drawing a blank.
It's one of the train cartoons, but I can't.
Thomas?
No, it's not Thomas.
Oh
no.
well, there's
It's
only
another
one. There's only one train cartoon. Anything other than Thomas is
What is it?
blasphemy.
Okay, well, we'll just go
I'm
with
thinking
Wheels
of
on the
it.
Bus. Because
Green-
Wheels on the Bus
wait.
is constantly playing in my house 24/7.
Okay.
Somewhere.
Wait,
What
the
is it?
one with the green,
The Green Train.
and the blue train. and
Yeah.
the red
That's
train?
Thomas.
No, it's not Thomas
I'm
though.
telling you, it's
I promise.
okay.
Anyway,
If it hits you, throw it out there real
let's do
quick.
it. Okay.
Pick your nose or blow your nose.
Pick it.
Okay, there you go.
Definitely.
That you're just being honest. He's
Yeah.
being honest.
Yeah.
Don't act like
Pick
you
it
don't
and
pick
flick
your
it,
nose. Favorite Disney movie? Do you have one?
Frozen.
Frozen?
Totally. Let it go.
There you go.
Yeah.
See, I'm Sword in the Stone guy. See Nicole's painting. I love show. I know
love that painting.
everybody's seen it because I make sure they see it because I love it. It's one of my favorite things. 3 things you can't live without.
My family, my guitar,
Mm-hmm.
and fire.
Fire. That's true. Technically, there's where the survival thing comes in.
Yeah.
Favorite word.
Um,
See, it's much different when you're behind the mic answering this
see.
question.
well, that's a good word to have.
That's
but
a good one for. That's a good. See, that's Aiden's.
I think I have to say the doobie thing we're always doing. Hey, what's up, doobie? Hey, doobie. We're always
Doobie,
fun
favorite
doing
word.
Doobie.
Doobie. Okay, least favorite word.
Yak.
Yak.
It's just a gross word.
City, country, beach.
Country.
Okay, that is the majority. I
Deep
don't
in
think
the West
I've not
Side.
heard a city one yet. I mean, that's pretty surprising. And I've heard, I think maybe one beach.
I gotta be in
2
the
beach.
sticks.
Yeah, okay, I understand. Back to the Future, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Bill and Ted, man.
Ooh. Hidden talent people may not know that you can do. Throw it out there.
I just used my mouth for that.
That's awesome. He did not fart, everybody. Okay, speaking of fart, which word do you use, fart or poot?
Fart.
Okay, there you
Oh,
go.
and fart probably gets used about 15 times a day.
Sing in the car, shower, or both?
All.
Okay, all of the
Everywhere.
above. Favorite book?
And this is kind of cool.
Okay.
My producer for many, many years, Parlay, turned me on to this book called Cobain Unseen. It's about Kurt, and
Mhm.
it's in detail, and it's answered many questions I had about the whole conspiracy behind his
Mhm.
death. It's called Cobain Unseen, and I recommend anybody get it if they have any questions about what happened back
Oh,
then.
wow. Okay. Cool. Duly noted. First childhood celebrity crush?
Shania Twain.
Shania Twain. Doggone, gonna done it.
Yep.
Okay. Snakes, yes or no?
No, I
Yeah,
actually
exactly.
almost ran over one with the lawnmower the other day. I screeched.
I
and
know.
ran to my house.
I'm like, "Ee!" I know, dude. I
It's
was
like this
I
big,
know,
tiny-
man. I was push mowing like 4 years ago our yard at a place we lived at, and I'm in the zone. I've got my headphones in
Oh, yeah.
and I'm listening, And so, like, I'm going back and forth, and I look down on the ground, and I just run over one, and it did that whole, the wiggle where it
once
curls
you hit
up.
it, it
Oh,
goes,
man. It just, it freaked me out. And I stopped the mower right there, ran inside, and I was like, okay, done. Done. It was dead, and I was still freaked out by it. Okay. Let's see. Sunny day or rainy day?
Yeah, definitely sunny, beautiful, gorgeous weather.
Okay. In public, you start to get a wedgie, pull it out immediately, or wait till somewhere private?
Do the quick look over your shoulder. Do your thing.
Okay. Favorite teacher of all time?
Miss Piccola, 6th grade.
Okay.
She was awesome.
What up? Best music concert?
Man, that's a hard one.
Yes, you're being held to it.
Best music concert was... It was a mixture of best and worst. It was Beale Street Music Festival.
All right, Memphis,
about
right?
4 years ago. No one told us it rains every year. Went without rain boots. Everybody there had them but us. Local Walmart was sold out of them.
Because they already
Everything we
knew.
brought was ruined, but I got to see Papa Roach up close, live and personal. He could literally spit a loogie onto my forehead if he wanted.
Wow.
Smashing Pumpkins. Got to see them under the lights,
some Corgan.
man. Yeah, that was the coolest show. Plus, I got to experience that with my wife, so that was really
Oh,
cool.
awesome. Great. Do you snore?
My wife says I do. Never woke myself up with it.
No.
Favorite movies? Give me
No,
3.
I don't
You
snore.
don't snore.
Well,
The truth.
He's on my side.
Okay, no snoring for Stephen James. All right. Favorite movies? Give me 3.
Favorite movies? Okay. Pineapple Express.
Mm-hmm.
Get 'em to the Greek. And anything Ace Ventura.
Yeah, and I love Russell Brand, by the way. Get him the Greek, right? That's Russell Brand?
Yes, dude.
Yeah, funny movie.
I can watch that all day.
I know.
Every day.
I love Russell Brand.
He's funny.
Song that you love?
I'm really getting into Ed Sheeran, so all
Okay.
his pop hits right now. What do you think?
Johnny Cash, I thought you were going to say that.
I'm saddened that I didn't say that.
He
first.
knows you better than you do.
Yeah.
Sir.
I'm just going with the new stuff, but yeah, Johnny Cash. I have to say, "Walk the Line."
Okay.
Very, very.
That's a good one.
Song.
Song that you hate. When you hear it, you're like, oh gosh.
The Chainsmokers, "Paris."
Okay.
I wish that song was never written.
Okay. Roller coasters, yay or nay?
Yeah, all day.
Okay. Pants or shorts?
Shorts.
Right, obviously. 2 proudest moments.
Proudest moments. The day I got married,
Mm-hmm. Brownie points.
and the day. Let's see. The day we moved in to the house we live in now
Okay.
was really cool moment, knowing that we could
It's
do
yours.
this.
Yeah. That's true. Getting your own house is so awesome. All right. One last question. One word to describe you. One word.
What?
You get one name.
No,
Give me
that's
one
that's
word.
the word.
What?
What?
Oh,
Like
you
with
got me on that
exclamation
one.
point and question mark.
You got me on that one. You got me. I had no idea. I was like, did I not say it plain enough? Or
I'll say some crazy stuff in the house. I'll get reactions like, what?
Okay, Stephen James, thank you so much. You made it safely through the questions of torture and awesomeness. Now, so let's
fun.
hear some music.
All
Let's hear
right,
some
let's do
music.
it, man.
Break it out here.
All right. I hope this thing's tuned, man. It's in the humidity. We'll see. You breaking me a pick out there, buddy? Thanks. Blue.
Great helper.
Blue Fender medium pick is what we're playing with. folks. That's good enough.
I can turn it to it. Try that.
Yeah.
You sure?
Oh yeah.
All right, so because I'll edit it to here. All right, so here's Stephen James with some of his music. What's the name of the song?
This one is called The Rights. It's my very newest one, and it's probably my favorite. It only keeps getting better as far as songwriting goes, and
Awesome.
it's got a message for sure.
Okay, great. Stephen James.
the lies telling us I'm getting old. Try to change things, save our souls now. Now take this and you can go. Sell the ones that claim to own hell, where they tell us all to go. Power, just the word, inspire the weak. Let's shower, shower the ones that are in the streets now. Now take this and you can go. I don't like say these things, don't cry. Someone has to fly these thoughts to a wall. The right, you know I'm right, you know I'm right. Change, you know there's no change for us, it's strange. The generation given to us, let's make this life all our own. Don't break everything we've ever owned now. Now take this and you can go. I don't like to say these things, don't cry. Someone has to fly these thoughts into a wall. The right, you know I'm 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 right.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can apply on that. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Dude, good job, man.
Thank you.
That's awesome. That's a good. All right, give me the scoop. What it's about?
Well, you know, I don't like to get too political, but if you wanted to say it was a political song, it's right around the borderline of that. Everyone's worried about, you know, well, what about my rights? You know, I should have the right to do this, I should have the right to do that. And I thought all the rights were there. I thought the guidelines were there for a country that was very structured. And I'm sitting here thinking everybody's out of control, thinking, well, what are the rights? Where are we going?
Mhm.
You know, what's
Yeah.
going on here? It's chaos. So
Wow.
I started writing about it, and it's not so much as like, hey, I have rights, I have rights. It's not like that. It's more like, you know, dude, just start over, and if you want change, it starts with you. And,
Yeah.
you know, you don't need the rights. You just need to do the right thing.
Wow, great point, man. That was a good song. I dig it, dude.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so I want you to play that one part, that dun dun, when we close, because that sounds really the dun dun dun. Yeah. So I want to hear that again. But before we do that, I want to give everybody a shout out. For you guys to find Stephen James, you can find him on ReverbNation.com/Stephen STEPHEN James JAMES 24/7, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's ReverbNation.com/Stephen STEPHEN James 24/7. Stephen, thank you so much for being here.
Been awesome.
Oh
been
man,
fun.
it's trust me, you're easily amused if this is fun. No, I'm just kidding. Seriously, thanks so much, because the podcast is an opportunity for me to get to know family and friends, because we've always had just small little conversations here and there.
Yeah, we haven't really got to sit down and talk.
I know, absolutely. So this has been awesome for me to get the opportunity to get to know you, and maybe someday your kids can look back on this and hear.
Maybe you'll be doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I told him, I said, we're going to an interview, and he's like, thinking maybe like a job interview kind of thing. And he's like, looked really serious, and I said, you like YouTube, all the YouTube channels that he subscribes to, and he said, yeah. I said, it's exactly like that. This dude's gonna be asking us questions. Yeah. And we're gonna hang out and have a good time.
You both did awesome. So thank you both for being here. I greatly appreciate it. And so, hey, play me out here, man.
Okay, let's do it.
So much for coming by here in the podcast area. This is a fun interview. You guys, like I said, make sure you check him out on Reverb Nation at Stephen James 24/7 STEPHEN. Guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for your support, and thank you, Stephen. Have a good one. Bye.
This is the exit music for the My Peeps show. This is the exit music for the My Peeps show. This is the part where they put all the boring stuff, like who produced it, wrote it, and such. This is the exit music for the My Peeps show. This is the exit music while